Hey friends, Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report, because without you guys, well, I'd go completely nuts. I'm halfway there, but I would go completely nuts without you guys. Well, you know, they always tell me, don't quit your day job, and I'm running around doing some errands and things like that for today. And I actually like driving a lot because it gives me a chance to clear my head and do a lot of thinking and stuff. And as we look at the season and dissect it and see where the problems go, when we look at the last 3 games without Zeke Elliott, everybody will point and say it's Zeke Elliott's not there as the major culprit to the season. He's a dynamic runner. You can't replace his production. And I'll dare say, hold up for a second here. You can't replace the perception of Zeke Elliott, because I think that's what's in people's head. Automatically, you think about Zeke Elliott, one of the top running backs in the NFL. You know, numbers-wise, he's still close to the top, even though he hasn't played the last 3 games, which is true. But Zeke Elliott's not the same runner he was last year, where he was averaging almost 5 yards a carry. This season, believe it or not, he's only averaging 4.1 yards, which is still good, but it's still not unreplaceable. That's around the average. The thing is, the Cowboys will run him 25 to 30 times a game. You run him 25 times a game at 4.1 yards, you're over 100 yards. You run him 30 times, you're over 120 yards. But believe it or not, when we talk about Alfred Morris and you say he's not Zeke Elliott, yards per carry wise, he's actually doing a lot better than Zeke Elliott. He's averaging 5.8 yards a carry this season, and I know you'll be kind of surprised. Now, that number is skewed because of that one big run that he had early in the season where he went for 75 yards. However, you look at the 3 games that he's played since Zeke's been gone, he averaged 4.8 yards a carry against Atlanta. He averaged 5.4 yards a carry versus Philadelphia, believe it or not. And Philadelphia is a great run-stopping team. And last week, he averaged 4 yards a carry against the Chargers. And you're sitting there saying to yourself right now, wait a minute, hold on. So you're saying he's been getting more yards per carry than Zeke Elliott. Then why is the offense not doing the same thing then? Because we're only running him an average of about 12 times a game. Because in the mind of Jason Garrett, you don't have Zeke Elliott. So I got to go to my default. And Jason Garrett's default always is to pass the ball. You can look at his career with Tony Romo, and it's been more passing the ball. And here's the problem with passing the ball. The more you pass the ball, the more chances you have for interceptions. When you become one-dimensional, teams can sell out, pin their ears back, and go after the quarterback because they're not worried about the run. And that's where we are with the Cowboys right now. In Jason Garrett's mind, Scott Linehan's mind, we don't have Zeke Elliott, so we got to pass. And you're passing the ball too much, which means your defense is now out on the field because you're not converting first downs. What this team has to do is get back to the roots of the way it was built. Alfred Morris is getting enough yardage. Alfred Morris needs to run the ball more than 9 times against the Chargers. That's it. 9 times against the Chargers is all he touched the ball. We gave up on the run too soon. And I know you guys will say, no, come on, man, that's not true. But think about it. Think about how many times we've had big leads in games, and yet we're still passing the ball like crazy. And that's where you get the Tony O-nos. A couple times against the Lions, we were up by 3 touchdowns, yet we're still throwing the ball deep, and Tony Romo throws some interceptions. Green Bay. I hate to keep always going back to this game, but you were up 26-3, and you passed the ball more than the team trying to catch up with you and lose. The catch, no catch. I know everybody says, well, Des Bryant should have caught it. It was a catch. But it was 4th and 1 with a lot of time on the clock, and you had a great offensive line, best running back in football. You should have run for the first down. There was a game against the Philadelphia Eagles one time I want to say that John Kitna maybe was starting. It was 4th and 1. This is one of those 8 and 8 years. And we throw the ball with a quarterback that just came in. Cold. And it was one of those games, I can't remember which one it was, but had we gotten the first down, we were just about field goal range, and basically a field goal would have won that game. Green Bay in the playoffs. You got the ball in field goal range. First thing, boom, spike the ball. Second play, a 3-yard out that goes out of bounds. Third play, incompletion. You don't take time off the clock. This is the problem with the offense. So tomorrow against the Washington Redskins, if they want to get a victory, you got to get back to the roots. Running is the key to end of your woes. All these ups and downs, these highs and the lows. Get back to running the football. Alfred Morris and Rod Smith are doing enough on the ground for you to win games. But you cannot make this team one-dimensional, and you cannot get your defense out there getting exposed. Now, that's my thoughts. You know, I'm just a guy with a day job and a voodoo doll, so what do I know? But if I were Jason Garrett and I was the coach, that's what I would look at. Because right now, until you force teams to put 8 men in the box there and try and stop the run, you keep trying to throw on first down and getting incompletions to guys that aren't getting open, that aren't getting separation, you're going to have the same result. So as always, friends, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. And Lord knows, this line is moving damn slow here at the dump. I'll see you guys soon.